The massive space station, Fix-It Prime, hung in Earth's orbit like a gleaming steel spider web, its repair docks stretching out in every direction. Through the main observation window, Tom Cooper watched as yet another alien ship approached, this one trailing sparks from its damaged engine housing. At 55 years old, Tom had seen just about every kind of repair job imaginable during his 3 decades as repair chief. His gray hair and weathered face showed the years of experience, but his bright blue eyes still lit up at every new challenge that came his way. "Chief Cooper," the station's AI announced, "incoming distress call from the merchant vessel approaching Dock 7. Tom straightened his worn blue jumpsuit and activated the communication screen. The alien that appeared looked like a cross between an octopus and a praying mantis, its multiple eyes blinking rapidly in what Tom had learned was a sign of distress. "This is Chief Cooper of Fix-It Prime. What seems to be the problem?" The alien's translator crackled to life. "Honorable Repairmaster, I am Captain Bolt of the merchant ship Star Wanderer. Our quantum drive has suffered critical damage. 3 repair stations have already declared it beyond salvation. We heard rumors about human repair capabilities." Tom smiled. He'd been hearing that more often lately. "Dock 7 is clear. Bring her in nice and easy, Captain. We'll take a look." As the alien ship maneuvered into position, Tom assembled his team. Mike, the burly mechanic with oil-stained hands and 20 years of experience. Jenny, the young electronics wizard who could diagnose problems faster than their diagnostic computers. And Bill, the old-timer who'd been fixing things since before humans had reached Mars. The Star Wanderer was a beautiful ship despite its damage. Its silvery hull gleamed under the station's lights, marred only by the crackling energy discharges from its wounded drive section. "Standard safety protocols," Tom reminded everyone as they entered the ship through the airlock. "Remember, alien tech doesn't always follow Earth logic." The engine room was a maze of crystalline structures and pulsing energy conduits. Captain Bolt's engineer, a smaller version of the captain's species, gestured with 3 of its limbs at a cracked quantum matrix. "The phase alignment is completely destroyed," the engineer explained. "Our best repair stations said the crystalline structure cannot be restored once it fractures this way." Tom walked around the matrix, studying it from every angle. He pulled out his handheld scanner and watched the energy patterns flow through the damaged crystal. Something about it reminded him of an old problem he'd seen in regular glass work back on Earth. "Jenny," he called out, "what does this pattern remind you of?" The young engineer squinted at the readings. "It's like a cracked windshield, Chief. The energy's trying to flow but keeps hitting the fracture points." "Exactly." Tom snapped his fingers. "Bill, remember that glass fusion technique we developed for the Mars dome repairs?" The old mechanic's eyes widened. "You think it'll work on alien quantum crystals?" "With some modifications." Tom turned to the alien engineer. "We're going to try something unconventional. On Earth, we developed a way to repair structural crystal damage using controlled heat and magnetic fields. It's not standard procedure, but standard procedures have already failed," the alien engineer finished, its translator conveying a mix of hope and skepticism. For the next 6 hours, Tom's team worked carefully, adapting their Earthborn technique to the alien technology. They used modified heating elements, precisely calibrated magnetic fields, and more than a little human intuition. The whole time, Captain Bolt and his engineer watched with all their eyes fixed on the process. When the final energy pulse aligned the crystal structure, the quantum matrix hummed back to life, its glow steady and strong. The alien engineer's appendages waved in what Tom had learned was their version of amazement. "Impossible," the engineer breathed. "The crystal, it's functioning at 98% efficiency, better than before the damage." Captain Bolt's translator struggled to convey his excitement. "How?" "Every expert said quantum crystals couldn't be repaired this way." Tom wiped his hands on a rag and smiled. "Sometimes you need to look at old problems in new ways." That's something we humans have always been good at. As his team packed up their tools, Tom noticed Jenny taking detailed notes. "Writing up the repair procedure?" he asked. "Yeah," she grinned. "Something tells me we're going to be seeing a lot more quantum drive repairs in our future." Looking out at the stars through the ship's viewport, Tom couldn't help but agree. Something was changing in the galaxy's repair business, and humanity was right at the center of it. News of the quantum crystal repair spread through the station like wildfire. Within a week, Fixit Prime's communication channels were flooded with requests from alien ships seeking human expertise. Tom found himself working longer shifts, but he didn't mind. Each new repair brought fresh challenges and opportunities to learn. One quiet morning, as Tom sipped his coffee in the station's observation lounge, he noticed a new technician studying repair logs with intense focus. Lisa Martinez had transferred from the Mars shipyards last month, and there was something special about the way she approached problems. The station's AI interrupted his thoughts. "Chief Cooper, we have an emergency situation at Dock 12. The Galactic Standard Repair Bot attempted a routine maintenance procedure, and, well, you should see this yourself." When Tom arrived at Dock 12 with Lisa and Tao, he found a scene of chaos. A sleek alien vessel's engine room was filled with steam, and a dozen identical repair robots stood frozen in place, their programming apparently unable to handle the situation. The ship's owner, a tall crystalline being known as First Light, clicked in distress. The automated system said it could handle a simple coolant leak. "Now my ship's core temperature is rising beyond safe levels." Tom watched as Lisa circled the engine, her eyes narrowing. The standard repair bots were still attempting the same failed procedure over and over, unable to adapt to the changing situation. "These bots are following their programming perfectly," Lisa said, pointing to their movements. "That's the problem. They're too perfect, too rigid. They can't see that the real issue isn't where they're looking." Tom nodded, beginning to understand what she meant. The alien repair systems were marvels of efficiency when everything went according to plan. But they lacked something crucial: the ability to think outside their programming. "First Light," Tom called out, "can you shut down these repair bots? We need to try something different." The crystalline alien hesitated, but they are programmed with every known repair procedure in the galaxy's database. "That's the point." Lisa jumped in, already pulling tools from her belt. "They only know what's in the database. But this isn't a standard problem, so it needs a non-standard solution." With the bots deactivated, Lisa and Tom got to work. The young engineer traced the coolant leak to its source, not where the bots had been focusing, but 3 meters away where vibrations had caused an unexpected stress fracture. "See here," Lisa pointed out to First Light. "Your ship's unique crystal structure created a resonance pattern that the standard diagnostics weren't programmed to detect. But human engineers are trained to use all their senses to look for the unexpected." Tom watched proudly as Lisa improvised a repair using a combination of Earth-based techniques and modified alien technology. Within an hour, the coolant system was running better than ever. First Light's crystalline body pulsed with colors that Tom recognized as amazement. "I have visited 27 repair stations across 4 sectors. All of them relied on automated systems and standard procedures. Why do humans insist on doing things manually?" Tom gestured to Lisa, who was making final adjustments. "Because every ship is unique. Every problem has its own personality. Machines can follow procedures, but they can't innovate. They can't feel when something's not quite right." "The human touch," Lisa added, closing an access panel. "It's not just about having hands instead of repair bots. It's about being able to adapt, to try new things when the old ways don't work." Later that day, Tom found Lisa updating the station's repair logs. But instead of just recording a procedure, she was writing notes about the thought process, the way they'd discovered the problem, the reason standard approaches had failed. "Good thinking," he said. "The how is just as important as the what when it comes to repairs." Lisa nodded. "These alien repair systems are amazing, but they're all about following rules. Humans, we know when to break them. Looking out at the growing line of ships waiting for repair at Fix-It Prime, Tom realized they were witnessing a shift in how the galaxy approached engineering. The human way, messy, intuitive, and endlessly adaptable, was proving to be exactly what the universe needed. "Ready for the next one?" he asked Lisa, seeing another ship approaching. She grinned, already reaching for her tools. "Always. Let's see what kind of impossible problem they've got for us this time." The repair requests kept pouring in. Fix-It Prime's docking schedule was backed up for weeks, with ships from dozens of alien civilizations waiting their turn. Tom stood in the station's newly expanded control room, watching the growing fleet of vessels circling and holding patterns. Another transport from the Spiral Arm just dropped out of hyperspace, the station AI reported. They're claiming critical engine failure and requesting emergency docking clearance. Tom rubbed his tired eyes. How many does that make today? 17 emergency requests, 43 standard repair applications, and 5 different alien engineering delegations requesting to observe our repair methods. The station had grown. What started as 12 repair bays had expanded to 30, with construction crews working around the clock to add more. New human technicians were arriving daily from Earth's other space stations, drawn by the unprecedented opportunity to work on alien technology. In Bay 17, Tom found his team tackling their latest challenge. A massive trading vessel had arrived with what its crew called cascade system failure, a problem that had stumped repair stations across 3 sectors. "Look at this, Chief," Mike called out, pointing to a holographic display of the ship's systems. Their automated repair systems tried to fix a minor power fluctuation, but because they can only follow pre-programmed solutions, they made it worse. Tom finished, seeing the pattern. The fix triggered a chain reaction. The ship's captain, a beam made of shifting metallic plates, moved nervously. 6 repair stations said the damage was too extensive, that the only solution was to scrap the ship and build a new one. Tom watched as his team moved through the engine room, each person approaching the problem from a different angle. The human repair crews had developed their own style, part engineering, part art, and part pure instinct. "The thing about cascade failures," Tom explained to the captain, "is that they're like dominoes. You can either try to catch each falling piece, or you can find the first domino and work backward." Lisa chimed in, emerging from behind a power conduit. She'd been promoted to lead her own repair team, but still collaborated with Tom on the tougher cases. For the next 12 hours, the human repair crews worked in shifts, tracing the problem to its source. They found it in an overlooked maintenance panel, a tiny crack that the ship's automated systems had deemed too minor to report. "That's the difference," Lisa told the amazed captain as the ship's systems came back online. "Your repair bots are programmed to look for big problems. Humans know that sometimes the biggest problems start small." Back in his office, Tom reviewed the day's reports when an urgent message came through. It was from Earth's Space Administration. "Chief Cooper," the administrator's hologram flickered to life. "We've been monitoring Fix-It Prime's situation. The station's success has attracted attention. The Galactic Council is taking notice." Tom leaned back in his chair. "Good attention or bad?" "Both. They're impressed by our repair capabilities, but some of the major repair corporations are concerned. We're disrupting their standardized repair industry by fixing ships they said couldn't be fixed." The administrator smiled. "Exactly. They want to know our secrets. But from what I've seen, our secret is simply being human." The conversation was interrupted by another emergency call. The diplomatic vessel had arrived with critical life support failures. As Tom hurried to the repair bay, he passed groups of alien observers watching the human repair team's work. "Notice how they talk to each other," he heard one alien engineer say to another. "They share ideas, argue different approaches, improvise solutions. It's chaos, but it works." That evening, as Tom updated the station's repair logs, he added a personal note. Humanity's greatest contribution to galactic engineering might not be our technology or our tools. It's our ability to look at a problem and see possibilities where others see only procedures. The station's AI chimed in. Chief, we've received repair requests from 3 more sectors, and the Galactic Engineering Academy has requested permission to send students to learn our methods. Tom smiled. The galaxy was beginning to understand that sometimes the best solutions couldn't be found in any manual or program. Sometimes you needed the human touch, the willingness to try the impossible, to learn from failure, and to never give up until the job was done. Tell them there's always room for more students, he said, watching another ship dock for repairs. The galaxy's about to learn a whole new way of fixing things. The day the military vessel arrived changed everything. It appeared without warning, materializing near Fix-It Prime in a burst of dark energy that set off every sensor alarm on the station. Tom was in the middle of a routine repair when the Station A's voice carried an unusual note of concern. Chief Cooper, urgent situation. Military class vessel requesting immediate assistance. Classification, ultra advanced. When Tom reached the main observation deck, he stopped in his tracks. The ship hung in space like a predator, sleek, dangerous, and unlike anything he'd ever seen. Its hull seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it, and parts of it appeared to shift and change as he watched. That's a Dominion warship, Lisa whispered, joining him at the window. I've only seen pictures. They're supposed to be decades ahead of any other civilization's technology. The ship's commander appeared on the main screen. The alien's form was obscured by a complex environmental suit, but its voice carried authority even through the translator. Fix-It Prime Station. I am Commander Vex of the Dominion Fleet. We have a situation that requires your unique capabilities. Tom straightened. I'm Chief Cooper. What seems to be the problem? Our primary defense matrix has suffered critical damage. Our own engineers cannot repair it. We've been monitoring your station's achievements. You are our last option. The commander's admission was shocking. The Dominion was famous for its technological superiority and secrecy. For them to seek outside help was unprecedented. When Tom and his team boarded the warship, they found themselves in an environment that defied conventional engineering. The ship's corridors seemed to react to their presence, and the technology they encountered appeared to operate on principles they'd never seen before. The defense matrix is through here, a Dominion engineer guided them. But I must warn you, this technology is classified. Even attempting to understand it could be considered a security violation. Tom exchanged glances with his team. With all due respect, we can't fix what we don't understand. If you want our help, we need to really see what we're working with. After tense negotiations, the Dominion agreed. What they found in the ship's core took their breath away. The defense matrix wasn't just a shield system. It was a living technology, a fusion of organic and mechanical components that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. No wonder their engineers couldn't fix it, Lisa murmured, studying the damaged sections. They're too used to thinking in straight lines. This system thinks in curves. For 3 days, Tom's team worked around the clock. They had to invent new repair techniques on the spot, combining their understanding of multiple alien technologies with human intuition. The Dominion engineers watched in a mixture of horror and fascination as the humans sometimes ignored the refined tools in favor of manual adjustments and improvised solutions. You're not following any established protocols, one Dominion engineer observed. This system isn't just machinery, Tom explained, deep in concentration as he guided a repair drone through a particularly tricky adjustment. It's more like an ecosystem. Sometimes you have to let the system tell you what it needs. On the 4th day, they achieved what the Dominion had thought impossible. The defense matrix hummed back to life, its multidimensional fields even stronger than before. The repair team had not only fixed the damage, but had improved the system's efficiency by incorporating principles from other alien technologies they'd worked with. Commander Vex called a formal meeting. Your achievement here will be classified at the highest level, the commander stated. "But know that you have earned the respect of the Dominion. Your unorthodox methods have proven remarkably effective." As they prepared to leave the warship, Tom noticed Lisa taking one last look at the defense matrix. "Thinking about the possibilities?" he asked. She nodded. "They've achieved amazing things by pushing technology to its limits, but they got stuck in their own perfection. Sometimes you need a human touch to break through those limits." Back on Fix-It Prime, Tom filed his report, carefully omitting the classified details while documenting the general lessons learned. The station's reputation had just taken another leap forward. If they could fix a Dominion warship, there wasn't much in the galaxy they couldn't handle. "Chief," the AI announced, "we have 7 new repair requests coming in. Should I start scheduling them?" Tom smiled. "Always. After all, every impossible job is just another chance to prove what humans can do." The mood in Fix-It Prime had changed after the Dominion warship incident. The repair teams worked with renewed confidence, tackling each new challenge with a mix of human ingenuity and growing expertise in alien technology. One morning, Tom found Lisa in the station's new research lab, surrounded by holographic displays showing various alien repair techniques. She'd been combining elements from different species approaches, creating hybrid solutions that nobody had thought possible before. "Look at this, Chief," she pointed to a complex diagram. "The crystalline beings use energy fields for repairs, while the methane brothers rely on molecular reconstruction. But if we combine them..." An alarm cut through her explanation. "Emergency in Bay 23, the station AI announced. "Multiple system failures detected. Critical containment breach imminent." They rushed to the bay, finding a merchant vessel whose engine core was pulsing with dangerous energy patterns. 3 different alien repair crews had already evacuated, their standard procedures useless against the cascading failure. "It's getting worse," Mike reported, scanning the vessel. "The core's reaction is spreading to other systems. We've got maybe 2 hours before total breakdown." Tom surveyed the situation. The ship's technology was a mix of at least 5 different alien engineering styles, all interacting in ways their original designers never intended. "Okay, everyone think," he called out. "What have we learned from all these different repair jobs?" "Lisa, remember how the Dominion systems worked with energy fields?" Lisa's eyes lit up. "And the crystalline tech we fixed last week. It used similar principles, but with a completely different approach." The team sprang into action. They pulled equipment from multiple repair bays, combining tools and techniques from a dozen different species. Human hands moved with practiced skill, adapting and improvising as they went. "We're creating something new here," Tom realized as he watched his crew work. "Not just fixing things, but evolving how repairs are done." They used energy manipulators from one species to stabilize the core, while applying crystalline resonance techniques from another to harmonize the conflicting systems. Human-designed interface tools bridged gaps between incompatible technologies. The ship's captain, a being of pure energy contained in a mechanical shell, watched in fascination. "Your species takes pieces from everywhere, creating new solutions. How do you know it will work?" "We don't," Tom admitted, making a careful adjustment. "But we understand the principles behind each piece. It's like learning different languages. Once you know them, you can create new sentences nobody's ever spoken before." Hours passed in intense concentration. Warning alarms blared and died away as systems stabilized one by one. When the final connections were made, the engine core's angry pulse settled into a smooth, healthy hum. Incredible, the energy being pulsed with amazement. You didn't just repair it, you improved it. The systems are working together better than when they were installed. Lisa was already documenting the new techniques they developed. "Each repair teaches us something new," she explained. "We're building a library of solutions that nobody else has thought to combine." Word of their latest success spread quickly. Within days, Fix-It Prime received requests from engineering academies across the galaxy, asking to study their hybrid repair methods. "We should start a training program," Lisa suggested during the daily briefing. "Share what we've learned, but also show them how to think like human engineers." Tom agreed. "It's not just about the techniques. It's about teaching them to see possibilities instead of problems." The station began offering workshops, with repair teams from different species learning side by side. Human instructors taught them to combine technologies, to trust their instincts, and to look beyond standard procedures. The galaxy's repair methods are evolving, Tom noted in his log that evening. And humanity is leading the way, not because we're more advanced, but because we're willing to learn from everyone and try new things. Looking out at the busy repair bays, where humans worked alongside aliens using tools and techniques from a dozen worlds, Tom felt a sense of pride. They weren't just fixing ships anymore. They were building bridges between civilizations, one repair job at a time. "Chief," the AI called, "new ship approaching. Their technology appears to be unusual." Tom smiled. "Good. Those are always the most interesting ones." The observation deck of Fix-It Prime had become an unlikely classroom. Engineers from across the galaxy gathered there, watching human repair teams at work. Today, Tom was supervising a particularly interesting session, where his crew tackled a complex repair while alien engineers observed. "Notice how they discuss different approaches," an instructor explained to the alien observers. "Humans don't just follow procedures. They debate, argue, and combine ideas." Below them, a repair team worked on a massive transport ship. The vessel's quantum engines had merged with its navigation systems in what should have been a catastrophic failure. Instead of panicking, the human crew treated it like a puzzle to be solved. "What if we tried reversing the polarity?" one technician suggested. "Too risky," another countered. "But maybe we could use that energy merger to our advantage." The alien observers took furious notes, their various appendages and recording devices working overtime to capture every detail. Some seemed puzzled by the apparent chaos of human problem-solving. "But how do you know which suggestion to follow?" asked a tall, crystalline engineer. "Without proper protocols, how do you maintain order?" Tom smiled. "We don't always need order to find solutions. Sometimes the best ideas come from what looks like chaos." In another bay, Lisa was leading a practical workshop. She had engineers from 6 different species working together on a simulated repair problem. At first, they struggled to break free from their trained procedures. "Stop thinking about what you're supposed to do," Lisa guided them. "Think about what could work. Every solution starts with imagination." Slowly, the alien engineers began to understand. They started combining their knowledge in new ways, learning to trust their instincts alongside their training. When they successfully completed the repair using a completely new method, their excitement was contagious. "This is why I came here," a gaseous being announced through its translator. "On my world, deviating from standard procedures is considered a failure. Here, it's the key to success." The station had become more than a repair facility. It was a hub of innovation and cultural exchange. In the recreation areas, human and alien engineers shared stories, compared techniques, and built friendships that bridged the gaps between stars. "Tell us about Earth machines," a group of alien engineers asked during a break. "How did humans learn to fix things?" Tom sat with them, sharing stories about Earth's history of mechanical innovation. He told them about garage inventors, bicycle repair shops that became airplane manufacturers, and the constant human drive to tinker and improve. "We learned to repair things because we had to," he explained. "Every broken machine was a challenge, and humans love challenges." In the station's new research wing, teams worked to document and understand the growing library of hybrid repair techniques. They weren't just recording procedures, they were creating a new engineering philosophy that combined the best of all species. "Look at this," Lisa showed Tom a holographic display. "We've mapped how different repair approaches complement each other. It's like a universal language of fixing things." The station AI interrupted with an interesting announcement. "Chief, The Galactic Engineering Council has officially recognized human repair methodology as a distinct and valuable engineering discipline. This recognition brought more changes. Universities across the galaxy began offering courses in human-style engineering. Ships arrived not just for repairs, but for upgrades incorporating human innovation. "We're changing how the galaxy thinks about fixing things," Tom remarked during an evening briefing. "But we're learning just as much as we're teaching." He was right. Each alien species brought their own knowledge and perspectives, enriching humanity's understanding of technology and problem-solving. The exchange went both ways, creating something entirely new. As the day shift ended, Tom watched a group of human and alien engineers leaving together, still deep in technical discussion. Some were heading to the station's dining hall to continue their exchange of ideas over meals. "Chief," a young technician called out, "want to join us?" The crystalline engineers are fascinated by human food preparation methods. Tom nodded, realizing that fixing ships had become just part of a larger mission. They were building understanding between species, one repair job at a time. "The universe is full of broken things," he often told new arrivals. "But when we fix them together, we build something more important than working machines. We build connections." 5 years had passed since Fix-It Prime first made its mark on galactic repair services. The station had grown into a sprawling complex, with hundreds of repair bays and training facilities stretching out into space. Tom stood at his favorite observation point, watching ships from across the galaxy come and go. "Hard to believe how far we've come," Lisa said, joining him at the window. She'd grown from a promising engineer into one of the station's most respected instructors, teaching both humans and aliens the art of innovative repair. "Chief Cooper," the station AI announced, "your presence is requested in Training Bay 15. The graduation ceremony is about to begin." The training bay was packed with beings from dozens of worlds. This was the 10th graduating class of the Fix-It Prime Academy, where engineers came to learn the human approach to repairs. Tom took his place at the podium, looking out at the diverse crowd. "When we started this journey," he began, "people said humans were doing everything wrong. We didn't follow standard procedures. We improvised. We combined technologies in ways their creators never imagined. But being wrong in all the right ways has changed how the galaxy fixes things." A holographic display showed repair stations across the galaxy, many now staffed by graduates of their program. The old rigid repair procedures had given way to a new approach that combined the best of all worlds. "Remember the first Dominion warship?" Lisa whispered to Tom as they watched a graduation demonstration. A team of mixed species was tackling a complex repair, working together with the fluid efficiency that had become the hallmark of Fix-It Prime's training. The station had become famous for more than just repairs. It was known as the place where boundaries between species disappeared, where different approaches to technology merged into something greater than the sum of its parts. "Incoming priority message," the AI announced. "The Galactic Council has officially designated Earth as the center of excellence for advanced repair technologies." Tom smiled at the news, but kept watching the graduating class at work. Titles and recognition were nice, but the real achievement was in front of him. Beings from across the galaxy working together, sharing knowledge, solving problems in ways no single species could have managed alone. "Chief," a young human engineer called out, "we've got an interesting case in Bay 47. Some kind of living ship with mechanical components. Nobody's seen anything like it before." "Sounds perfect," Tom replied. "Gather a mixed team. Let's show our graduates how humans tackle the unknown." The repair bay was crowded with curious observers as they approached the strange vessel. Its hull seemed to pulse with life, while mechanical systems intertwined with organic components in complex patterns. Tom watched with pride as human and alien engineers worked together seamlessly. They combined biological knowledge from one species with mechanical expertise from another, while human intuition guided the overall approach. "This is our real legacy," he told Lisa as they observed the repair team. "Not just fixing ships, but showing the galaxy a new way of solving problems. The station's reputation had grown beyond engineering. It had become a symbol of what was possible when different species set aside their preconceptions and worked together. Diplomatic missions often stopped at Fix-It Prime, seeing it as an example of successful galactic cooperation. As the day shift ended, Tom made his final rounds. In the recreation area, he passed groups of engineers from different worlds sharing meals and stories. In the research labs, teams worked on new hybrid technologies that combined insights from multiple species. "You know," Lisa said as they completed their inspection, "when I first came here, I thought we'd just be fixing ships. I never imagined we'd be fixing the way the galaxy thinks about cooperation." Tom looked out at the endless stream of ships approaching the station. Each one brought new challenges, new opportunities to learn and teach. The human approach to repairs had done more than solve technical problems. It had built bridges between civilizations. "Chief Cooper," the AI called, "your new apprentice class arrives tomorrow. 20 species represented." "Perfect," Tom replied, watching a newly repaired ship depart. "Time to show another generation how humans fix things, by working together, thinking differently, and never believing anything is truly impossible." The legacy of Fix-It Prime would continue, shaped by human hands, but enriched by the knowledge of 1,000 worlds, proving that sometimes the best way to fix the galaxy was to bring it together, one repair at a time.